I want to take just a little bit of time today to talk to you about habits. Habits, when you really stop and think about it, habits are the reason we are where we are in our life right now. So, if your life is going good and you're where you want to be, congratulations. You most likely, I'd bet on it, that you have some very good habits. Now, on the other side of that, and this is okay too, if your life is not really going the way you want it to go, you're not happy, you're not making all the money you want to make, your relationships aren't where you want them to be, your health isn't good, whatever it might be, that too is a reflection of our habits. Now, listen, I've been on the receiving end of both sides of that. So I am not judging by bringing this to you today at all. I've been at points in my life where my habits led me right down the primrose path, right where I wanted to be. But I've also backslidden from habits, started to develop bad habits, or dropped some habits that were really, really good for me, and then replaced them with bad ones. And then I ended up paying for it by being at a place in my life I didn't really want to be at. So, no matter where you're at today, it's okay. If it's really, really good, that's more than okay. That's awesome. Stay the course. You take an inventory of the habits that you have right now if things are going good, and make it a habit, yes, pun intended, make it a habit to keep doing those things. Because sometimes, slowly but surely, we stop the good habits. Here's a good example. You're going to church every week on Sunday. You miss 1 week. How much easier is it to miss that next week? It's a lot easier to make an excuse and say, oh, I missed last week. I'm just going to miss one more week, but I'll get back into it next week. Well, then what happens is you miss 2, you miss 3, 4. You guys have all been there before with church, I'm sure. And if it's not church, it could be anything. It could be exercise. You've been doing really, really good, and you're like, I'm just not feeling it today. Well, and if you're not feeling it today on exercises, it is okay to take a day off, and you should. But unfortunately, if you are feeling it and you know you should work out, but you just choose not to, that can hurt you, because the next thing you know, you're making an excuse tomorrow. Well, the next thing you know, you turn back around, you're 10 days in a row without exercising. Unfortunately, we're undoing a good habit by doing that. So be careful with accidentally eliminating those good habits, slowly but surely. So try to catch yourself. If you get into a bad rhythm, get yourself back on track. Now, this is also important if life's not going the way you want it to go. So whether it's good or bad, right now in your life, I want you to inventory your habits. Habits are just things you do on repeat every single day. And habits become subconscious over time. In other words, you just do them. Like when I get home tonight, I'm just going to change into my walking shoes and I'm going to go for a walk, and then I'm going to lift weights in my basement. Why? Because that's what I do on Wednesdays. My brain just tells me to do it. I don't have to have anybody else tell me. I just walk right into my house, I go to my closet, I change clothes, and I start working out. That's simple. It's because it's a habit. It's a habit that I had to develop, but I did. You have habits like that too. We all do. Grabbing a glass of water instead of another pop. That's a habit. That becomes a habit. Okay? If you find yourself grabbing the pop more often now, you got to stop that habit. But here's the key. It starts off consciously. And that's the hard part. In the beginning, when you're trying to develop a new habit, it has to be conscious. You have to tell yourself, oh, I have to do this. Eventually, in James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, he talks about research that shows it takes about 66 days to develop some of the tougher habits. Well, guess what? You got to consciously do it for those 66 days then. Then it becomes autopilot. That's the exciting part. Eventually, you just start doing it because now it is a true habit. This works for breaking habits too, guys. And I've always believed to make room for new, better, positive, quality, healthy habits, we have to get rid of some of the habits that have been holding us back. To sum things up today, I want you to eliminate some of the bad habits that are holding you back. Let's add some new habits that are going to move us forward in our lives to where we want to be. And I wanted to remind you, I'll put it right there, my new book, The Power of Positive Habits. a 66-day challenge to a new and better you, where you can change your habits and ultimately change your life. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. And I'm really, really excited to get that information from right here, which is where it was. Now it's on paper. It's going to be in a book. And then you can put it right there in your head. And you can use some of the things that I've used over the years to improve my life, to improve yours. As always, I hope this helps.